Hi there, I'm makeup artist Daniel Sandler, and I'm about to show you the most wonderful makeup. So the first thing I'm going to show you, Jane, is the benefit of a makeup primer, because what this does is, and all makeup artists use it these days, and it's one of those products that you can find everywhere. But the great thing about my one is that it's got an SPF of 20, because you spend a lot of time outdoors, don't you?
Yes.
Close your eyes, sweetheart. The thing about being outdoors is you must protect your skin from basically from environmental pollution and sun damage, which is the quickest and fastest way to actually create fine lines, wrinkles, and any kind of brown freckles that you can find on your face will get bigger as you get older. So your first defense is a product that contains an SPF, exactly like this primer. It's a gel serum, so it sits fantastically on skin, works with moisturizer. If you're someone who didn't like to wear foundation at all, but liked wearing tinted moisturizer, you'd apply this under your tinted moisturizer. And if you're somebody who likes to wear foundation, the benefit of this as well is that it will absolutely keep your makeup in place. The thing about applying a makeup primer on eyelids is that it will really help to lock eyeshadows in place, because a lot of girls, a lot of women find that eyeshadows tend to kind of go into the creases and it looks sort of greasy by lunchtime or whatever. And there are a lot of women out there who wear glasses that also find that their eyeshadows tend to move and don't look as good after a couple of hours. So makeup primer really helps not only with application and blending to look nice and even, but also to keep the eyeshadow locked in place on the lids. Step 2 is very, very simple, and all I'm doing is applying a little bit of foundation. You can use your fingers if you want, and I'm using a fluid foundation. This is my Invisible Radiance foundation that comes with a concealer in the lid, because all I want to do is literally just even out the skin tone where it needs to be. Because you're an outdoor girl, because you like spending so much time riding horses and spending time in the garden, you just want to be able to not look made up, but still cover the nasties, any broken capillaries, a little bit of uneven skin tone, needs just a little bit of foundation here and there, just to even it out. If you want, you can use fingers, you can use a brush, or you can use a sponge. It's absolutely not a problem. Look up, darling. But the main area that I want to concentrate with this product are the areas where there are broken capillaries, unevenness, and around the under eye area that can often be quite dark. I think it's important when you look for a formula foundation that the formula isn't too dry and that it makes your skin look alive and a little bit moist, because as you get older, skin can lack luster and look a little bit dehydrated. So I'm more of a fan of fluid foundations as opposed to powders. This is almost like dot to dot work. Because I'm not applying it all over, because I would hate at the end of this for you to look in the mirror and think to yourself, he's completely plastered my face with makeup, because that's not what this is about. This is just about evening things out and just applying concealer and foundation in the areas that just need to be evened out. The eyelid area is often the place that is a real telltale sign of getting older, because the skin is thinner and you can often see broken capillaries. The skin looks very, very fine. So just applying a little bit of this Invisible Radiance foundation just all over the eyelid is an incredible anti-aging effect. Open your eyes and look straight into the camera. The girls at home watching this will see immediately that this eye looks younger and brighter. This is the concealer brush, and I'm targeting and pinpointing little areas that may just need a little bit more attention. This inner corner. One thing you don't want to do with concealer is actually apply one that's too pale, because then you get that panda eye effect. And I'm literally just using the brush, the tip of the brush, tapping with my middle finger to blend it in, just to disguise areas of high color. Some of you ladies out there might have a little mark from wearing glasses, so this is a great little product just to help disguise the mark left by your glasses. You see this little freckle here? It's not really very obvious, but I just want to show you that it's little details like this. Once you disguise it, These are all the little tricks to make you look younger. I'm just applying a little bit of colour onto the cheekbone, because what I want you to see at home is that as soon as you put a little bit of colour into your cheeks, what will happen is that everything comes alive. Now I'm only just like pressing this, and I'm using a cream formula. This is my Soft Peach Watercolour Crème Rouge, and I'm literally using my finger, because again, you don't have to be clever with brushes or a sponge. You can use fingers absolutely fine. And I'm just popping a little bit of glow onto the cheeks with this really pretty blush. There we go. Looks so cute. What I'm seeing is, Jane, your eyes are really coming through green already. Looks so nice. As a great lip base, you can pop a little bit of this lip color just onto the lips. Now this is a cream to powder eyeshadow, and this is a product of mine called Mink. That's the shade, and the product itself is called I Love It. And it's a cream to powder shade that will enhance your eye color every single day without really looking like you've got too much on, because in the daytime, because we are doing a daytime look, you don't want to look like you've got too much on. It just wouldn't look right, would it? No. So a little bit of cream to powder eyeshadow in a warm, minky kind of shade will add depth to your eyes, brighten the whites, and make your eyes look younger. As you get older, eyes lose just a little bit of definition, and they don't pop as much as they did 10 years ago. So a little bit of color like this, and you can see I'm using the applicator very close to the lower lash line, will just frame the eye and make the eyes pop just a little bit, just enough to make your eyes stand out without looking like you've got too much on. Because as you get older, what can happen is that this area here, this eyelid, can look a little bit sort of heavy and a bit saggy sometimes. So by using a matte shadow, this is a shade called Cedar. This is a matte eyeshadow that I use a very soft, fluffy brush called my blending brush. Pop that through this socket to give the illusion that the lid isn't so overhanging or saggy anymore. Open your eyes, darling. You can see the difference there. It just knocks it back from something paler that enhances that kind of overhanging lid. Close again, darling. The great thing about this color as well, you'll see in a minute, is that I'll put it through the eyebrows. It's a great color if you're blonde, or if you've got very pale, fair hair, almost white hair, will look great with this color through the brows. You can use pencils if you want. I sometimes find that pencils through brows can look a little bit waxy, a little bit shiny, and therefore not as natural and as sort of flattering as a matte powder does. At this point, after having applied a little bit of eyeshadow through that socket area, I'm taking the same shadow through Jane's brows. I'm literally just wafting the brush very gently over the hair and not right through to the skin. If you press the brush quite hard, you can get quite a hard looking brow. And as you can see, I'm just filling in the gaps because Jane's fortunate enough to have a great shape, but I just want to make them just a little bit stronger so that they really stand out in a very gentle and flattering and feminine way. You can see I'm just following Jane's shape and just filling in and making the arch a little bit stronger. There we go, that's all you need to do. Those brows would be perfect for day or night. To finish off the eyes, look down for me. Curling lashes is really important. It really gives the most fantastic lift to the eye. So you hold the curlers close to the lash root for about 5 or 6 seconds, and you can see, I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but I can see definitely a lovely little lift. Again, these are all things that make your eyes look younger and make you look wide awake. For the moment, I'm just going to be applying mascara. This is my Babyjet Mascara to the upper lashes. Look down, darling. Applying mascara to the upper lashes really helps the eye to have a more youthful, wide awake look. As you apply the mascara, get it right to the root and gently take the brush, the wand, right through to the very tips and pay particular attention to those outer edges. You see how tiny that brush is? It's fantastic for daytime lashes or with anyone who's got very short lashes where a big brush would make quite a mess. But I think when you've got no more than 5 or 10 minutes to do your makeup, there are just certain things that you need to do. Even out the skin tone, whatever it takes. It doesn't need to be foundation and concealer everywhere. I've not used any powder because I love skin to look alive and have that youthful glow. If you use powder on your face, it can often dull a fantastic complexion that you've created. A little bit of definition around the eyes, fill in the brows, pop some colour on your cheeks, and in a second I'm going to finish off with using just a little bit of lovely pretty lip colour. Just really bring the whole look to life. So I'm just going to finish up the lips now with just using a little bit of pencil. This is the Taffy Lip Liner from my Lip Liner collection. It is so fantastic on a pink lipstick or something nude and beige. Jane, have a little look and tell me in that mirror if you are 10 years younger.
Definitely 10 years younger. That's fantastic. Thank you.
The next thing for us to do is to make another video. It's going to be all about nighttime. So I'm going to take Jane's look from day to night. Tune in, watch the next video. I'm makeup artist Daniel Sandler. I'm here with my model Jane. I've already created a daytime look, so if you'd like to know how I did that, please watch the daytime video of Jane. But now I'm going to transform her into a nighttime goddess with just a handful of products. Step one, when you want to do a nice nighttime makeup, is literally to take a little bit of my Invisible Veil loose powder, put it into the palm of your hand, rub your hands together so that the powder becomes beautifully distributed, and then literally just sweep it over your makeup that you've been wearing all day. This will help to add freshness and mean that you don't have to apply any more foundation or concealer over your entire face. Look up, honey. Use your fingers to apply this powder because you don't want to de-shine too much. You don't want to take away that lovely glow. You just want to give your makeup that freshness as it looked first thing in the morning. Step two is all about eyes. I'm applying a loose powder shadow, which is exactly the same color as the cream to powder eyeshadow Jane's had on already. This is called Mink Eye Delight. I'm applying it with a small brush and I'm tapping it on top of the cream to powder color to enhance, which means that you don't have to take all your eye makeup off and start again. Open, honey. Apply a little bit extra to that inner eye corner. So look over towards that way for me. There we go. A little bit in there is fantastic. Now it's going to stick. It's not going to drop because of the cream to powder base that Jane's had on all day. Look the other way now. Look down a bit. There we go. You'll notice that I'm not applying the shimmer past the crease, past that socket. It's literally just on this lid above the lashes and halfway on that lid. Sticking with eyes, the next step is to take a face bronzer. This is my Instant Tan. Close your eyes, darling, and sweep this through the socket area. I'm also going to use this as a blusher and a product as well to warm up the complexion. The effect I want to get here is a little bit of a smoky eye, but with a wonderful warm golden complexion, which will look dazzling at night time. Open your eyes. Sweep the same color, look up, sweetie. Sweep the same color under the lower lash line to make a soft frame and warm up the eyes. The great thing about using a brush like this is that blending is effortless and makeup will look almost airbrushed. The next stage is to take a little bit of eyeliner pencil. Close your eyes, darling. Apply little dashes of pencil very close to the upper lash line. The smaller the eyes are, the finer the line has to be. But if you have quite sort of doe-eyed or quite large eyelids, then you can make the line a little bit thicker. This grey colour is so chic and it just gives eyes a little bit of definition. Brown would look quite daytime and black can look a little bit hard, whereas this grey is the perfect shade to have impact but not look too dramatic. Applying pencil like this close to the upper lash line really helps to fill in any gaps, and as you get older, your lashes may not be as thick as they used to be. Open your eyes, darling, and look left for me. Perfect. The lovely thing about these pencils are that they don't drag the skin and they're waterproof. Close your eyes. Take your finger, just smudge the line a little bit. Look up, darling, and then literally press the pencil close to nestle it right in. The next stage is to really nestle the pencil right into the lower lash line. Again, I'm not drawing any hard lines. I'm literally just filling in any gaps in the lashes with short little dashes of pencil. And as you can see, I've created a very simple, striking smoky eye that all you girls at home can recreate. There's really no need to apply any mascara to the bottom lashes unless you particularly want to, but what I'm going to do is apply a little bit more mascara to the upper lashes using a volumizing mascara in Jet Black. Don't be afraid that if you've got very fair hair or white hair that black mascara will look too hard. You can use a navy blue or a dark purple if you like, but at night time, if you've got a little black dress or you've got a bright red dress, black mascara looks fantastic because it will contrast really well with your outfit and contrast really well with the whites of the eyes. If you're a girl who likes to have false eyelashes, instead of applying a full strip all the way along the upper lash line, as an alternative you can take a half strip of lashes and just stick it to the outer edge. As women get a little bit older, cheeks do tend to get a little bit more florid and a little bit more flushed, so I always prefer to use a nude shade of bronzer or a nude shade of blusher. This is my instant tan powder. I've already applied a little bit through that lid area to help the lids look less prominent, and I'm also just sweeping it very gently over Jane's face, just where the sun naturally would hit Jane's face, just to give a natural glow. Always take the powder down onto the neck. If your top is quite low, obviously take the bronzer down there as well. You don't want to just have the illusion of a bronzed face, but you want your whole skin tone, sometimes your arms and your legs too, need to just have a little kiss of colour. The great thing about this instant tan powder is it's incredibly sheer and light and there's no glitter. Look up for me. I'm using a soft fluffy brush just to create a nice soft glow. Stage 4 is all about lips. What I'm doing now is applying a silicone-based transparent lip lining pencil around the lip edge. This is going to give the illusion that the lips are smoother and there are less lines around your pout. The great thing is as well is it will help the lipstick, the pencil, to last longer and stop it from creeping. So even if you have a sandwich or a glass of wine or you wear a bright red color or something soft and neutral, this little pencil called Magic Wand will help to lock everything in place. The final stage to this look has to be a nice caramel colored lipstick, which contrasts beautifully with a slightly smoky eye. It's really very user-friendly smoky eye makeup that I've done, and this lipstick would look fantastic during the daytime if you're going to a wedding, a party, a lunch with the girls, or any event where you just needed to look a little bit more sophisticated and when you play up the eyes. After applying the lipstick, if you want, you can apply a little bit of pencil just to give the mouth a little bit of extra definition. And here I'm using my Capuccino long-lasting lip liner. It's a fantastic nude color. And again, I'm not creating a hard line. I'm literally just touching the lip edge with the pencil just to give a little bit more definition and make the mouth not look too lost. There is concerns always with nude lip colors that you can lose definition around the mouth and teeth kind of look a little bit yellow or something. But if you use a lip color that has a bit of peach in there and you use a nice nude pencil like this, you get definition but subtle kind of Brigitte Bardot finish. Have a little look in the mirror, Jane, and tell me what you think.
That's fantastic.
I'm glad you like it. Have we again turned back the clock more 10 years?
I think so.
You look absolutely rocking. This outfit would look great with a little black dress. Even something bright red would look fantastic with this look. But you know what? The colors that you're wearing today, which are beige, oatmeal with a little bit of highlight of gold and bronze, fantastic as well. You could rock this in the daytime if you felt in the mood.